Hi guys, I'm Shy. I was thinking of a clever way to make a video to let you know that this channel has hit 50 subscriber count. You may not be able to see it because I keep it hidden so that no one would compare our channel to another and start an argument. 50 may not sound like a big number compared to these big name YouTubers. If you look at it from a number, yes. But if you look at it as people, we would fill up an entire classroom. We wouldn't have room to move around because there are that many people on this channel. And I think that is already an achievement for me. Recently, about 3 weeks ago, I began live streaming on this website called YouNow. Within the span of 3 weeks, I was able to double the subscriber count. I had 24 subscribers before I started broadcasting. I knew most of them from real life and some of them from social media. I never understood what it's like to have strangers as my subscribers because I never had one, and I still haven't had one. I can say with confidence that I've spoken to most of you, whether it be through this channel or Tumblr or YouNow, especially YouNow. I want to say thank you for making that choice to become a part of our community. Let me tell you about myself. I've always had a negative mindset. I don't know how many times I've said this in the videos I made in the past. I was isolated by many people I've known throughout my life. When I was in Japan, after my mother divorced, she had to work day and night to pay for my education and home expenses. She even had to borrow money from shady places to make up for what she couldn't afford. We moved from region to region all over Japan so that the loan sharks couldn't find us, because my mother and I wouldn't have been able to stay together otherwise. I was separated from my friends each time we relocated. I realized that I was losing friends as fast as I was making them. When we got a chance to visit back to where we used to live, I wanted nothing more than to see them all again. But when I saw them, they already forgot my name. After a couple of years, they already forgot who I was. When I remembered every single detail about everyone. The more friends I make, the more I lost. When my mother told me we were moving to Australia, my world fell apart. It meant I will have to leave everything behind. Who knows when I'll be back? But who cares? They're gonna forget me anyways. We packed our luggage and made our way out of Australia. My mother married a man so that she could guarantee our stay in this foreign land that I knew nothing about. A place where no one spoke the same language as I did. With no one I knew but my mother, who was always out working. The same with my stepfather. I spent my time at school alone. I spent my time at home, alone. Eventually, I met a boy who was being bullied at school. We got along just by our actions, and he even taught me how to speak English. Well, my stepfather also helped me with that, but mostly by verbally abusing me. That friend is who I now call my brother, and we still keep in touch even now. This story is progressing way too slow, so let me speed it up. I spent my high school days in Australia being as awkward as possible. I met people from different countries, met people who shared the same interests as I did. I wasn't doing so well because my stepfather was trying to control my life and future. I had 3 crushes, and I asked out one of them 3 times and still got rejected. I finally understood what I should and shouldn't say in English by the time I reached the age of 15. I met my first Japanese friend who I fell in love with, and for the first time, I was struggling to understand my sexuality, and also how to accept the fact that he was straight. For the last 2 years of high school, he meant everything to me. I don't know if this is because he had a heart of gold, or he was the only reminder of my past. The things I did for him was ridiculous. I didn't know I had that much motivation in myself for doing something that would have given me nothing back. But I'm not making this video to talk about that. What's more important is what happened after he left. He was an exchange student from Japan, so after we graduated, he had to fly back. And when he did, it crippled me. Because I remembered everything, and I feared that he will forget me too. Just like everybody else did while I was in Japan. But I didn't want to be forgotten by him. I encouraged him to talk to me on Skype. He needs to see me every day. At that moment, it felt like I couldn't afford to lose him. But after a year, it's the same as always. I need to speed the story up. I was so depressed that I had zero motivation to do anything. I dropped out of university, started working to earn some money. My mother was then hospitalized due to brain aneurysm, meaning a vein in the brain decided to pop and burst out of nowhere. And she was almost dead, but as a phoenix would, she came back alive, and just with the damage to her nerve system. But then she went loopy after that and got into borrowing a lot of money from the bank and went out of control with it. My father conned me into buying a car for him. My mother's debt became so severe that my parents were talking about selling the house. And because of my attachment issues, I couldn't let them sell the only thing that remained after my Japanese friend left me. So I decided to take on that debt as well. I worked at a place where I get the shit end of the stick, but I couldn't get out due to my debt, so I became clinically depressed, pushed all my friends away, and continued to avoid them for the 3 years of my time at that workplace. And here I am today. It was truly an emotional roller coaster. That was all just a long story short, so if none of that made sense to you, that's because I removed the context. After everything that happened, I decided to get out of my comfort zone. As an asocial individual, I take pride in not giving a fuck about people. Enough of them has hurt me already. But I was out of cash, out of friends, and my life was the definition of hell. So why not torture myself more? By doing things I hate the most. I made a YouTube channel. No one is going to like the way I talk. I am condescending and snobbish. Being negative about anything was my specialty. What I needed to do was pretend to be someone else. I've always done that to be liked by people, so that I can make friends quickly. It was one of my few talents that I had learnt from being desperate. It was easy. All I had to do was pretend to be exactly who I wasn't. All I had to do was pick a name. Any name. Hi guys, I'm Shy. Don't you think I'm really good at being dramatic? Maybe I'm being too honest with all of you. Maybe you're starting to wonder about who you're really talking to when you attend to one of my broadcasts. My real name is Mikey. And yes, you're not talking to me. You're talking to the character I've created. And from what I've noticed, Mikey that I remember is beginning to fade away from my conscience. Thanks to all of you. My live streams are all about gathering people who are lonely so that we're not lonely anymore. Because I am the result. And if you have the choice of staying with those who are important to you, I want to encourage you to stay with them. If you didn't have that choice, and you found my stream, I want to encourage you to stay with me until you don't need me anymore. I will find my happiness in seeing the names of both old and new. And I wouldn't call this lying to myself of who I am. I am changing as a person. thanks to the influence of all of you. To my closest friends who I met during the stream, I hope you continue to stay with me and not dislike me for who I used to be. I think I found a new purpose for this channel, now that I gave it some thought. I want this channel, this community, to be able to reach out to those in need of a friend. I want everyone to know everyone, individually. I want to get to know you too. I want us to communicate and leave no one behind. I want all of us to be friends. And that's how I want our channel to be. So guys, where do we start? Before I end this video, I want to give a special shout out to my YouTuber friends Artie and Emma. They both have a YouTube channel, so please check them out. Who knows, you might like them. That's it for today. I am so sleep deprived, but I can't sleep unless I finished what I've started, which was this video. And it wasn't even supposed to be this long. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll see you here again next time. Have a good night. Oyasumi.